Hi everyone, my name is Courtney, and the piece of art I'd like to introduce to you is the Lick and Lather series created by Janine and Tony from 1993. I first discovered these pieces during class, and I was intrigued by them because of their unusual mediums and the processes in which they were created. Lick and Lather are molds of Antoni's head and bust, 7 made of chocolate and the other 7 made of soap. What is unique about these molds are the mediums themselves, but also the idea that she licked away at the chocolate and bathed with the soap mold, and rubbed away at it. The process of doing that creates a certain message. The sculptures of Lick and Lather represent the struggles women face of accepting who we are and what we see when we look in the mirror. Women face so much scrutiny for their appearance, and this artwork highlights the love-hate relationship with what we see when we see ourselves. Her unconventional materials of chocolate and soap, and the methods of licking and scrubbing away at materials to create herself as well as change herself. This in turn creates a very intimate and feminine piece of work. During an interview with Art21, Antoni explains the processes of creating these molds and the feelings behind it. She used a material called alginate because it picks up all the little details of her body. She then took the molds of herself and re-sculpted the chocolate by licking away at it. For the soap mold, she sat in a bathtub and rubbed away at it, and to her this represented the discomfort we sometimes feel with our outer appearance. She started with the representation of herself, and then removed parts of herself from it by either licking or scrubbing. There was no real guidelines to where she'd lick or scrub, but when she looked at the product, she saw an alter ego of herself. She describes this process as very intimate and hopes the viewer will in turn feel and see the intimacy in the artwork. Working with unusual mediums and expressing a form of identity is not an uncommon theme in Antoni's work. Her piece, Gnaw, is a 600-pound block of lard and another 600-pound block of chocolate bit away at by the artist. As studied by the art historian Iwa Laher-Rakarth, this piece is also about self-identity and a woman's body, a common theme throughout Antoni's work. A work of art relevant to Antoni is a piece called Venus Parve by Hannah Wilk. Wilk was part of the feminist movement, as well as being a conceptual artist. Like Antoni, she used her body in her artwork, whether it be in photographs or molds of herself, to express feminist messages. Her piece, Venus Parve, is also made out of chocolate, like the Lick and Lather. I thought this was interesting because I have not seen a lot of artists use this medium to create their artwork. This piece was created to be consumed at the gallery opening. A subtle connotation that could be taken from this work was the idea that women are being eaten up by society. Through her artwork, it is seen that Antoni and Wilk share very similar beliefs and tried to portray that in their works of art. Another work similar to that of Antoni is the Silhouetta series created by Anna Mendieta. She also uses her body to create art and express identity. She used her body in a very intimate form, very similar to Antoni and Wilk. On the image to the left, you see her silhouette with red inside. This gives a sort of dark image, almost like a death. The middle image is a body with greenery covering it. Is she one with nature? Is she hiding herself? These are all questions this photograph raises. The image to the right is another silhouette of a body, being washed away by the water. It sort of depicts erasing herself, kind of like Antoni's Lick and Lather, and how the soap mold was washed away by the artist. Wilk molds her body into the earth and photographs the silhouette of what was once there. According to art of the 20th century, the absence of body is assigning spiritual value to the female body and self. Cindy Sherman is also a feminist artist who uses her work to produce a message about women. Sherman often dressed up and did her makeup in a bunch of different ways and photographed herself in different settings in her work titled Untitled. In this particular image, she is depicting the icon Marilyn Monroe. There are little hints such as the blonde wig, red lipstick, and body positioning that give away that this is Marilyn Monroe. I think she is addressing society's perception of an ideal woman, and for a moment, the artist herself is able to be her. The artist comments, "I feel anonymous in my works. When I look at my pictures, I never see myself. They aren't self-portraits. Sometimes I disappear." Her works have to do with losing yourself in different identities, and sometimes not even recognizing your own self, which we often sometimes do. In many works of art, artists often are trying to send a message about a problem in society or even within themselves. In essence, it is a form of expressing oneself. Janine and Tony did just that in her artwork, Lick and Lather. The pieces open up our mind into the issues of self-identity and how we see ourselves in a physical aspect. As discussed previously, the other artists, Wilk, Mendieta, and Sherman, also use their body to create art. I think by using your body, you are more personal with your art, and this in turn gives your viewer a more intimate experience with the art piece. A quote from Antoni says, "I feel attached to my artistic heritage, and I want to destroy it. It defines me as an artist and excludes me as a woman, all at the same time. I believe the artwork of these women is very important, and by studying them, we are able to receive that message." Thank you.